OverDrive continues, brought to you by FanDuel, bringing you everything from the opening line of the final score, live from Hamilton Golf and Country Club, RBC Canadian Open, the 13th hole, the rink hole. We're here all week, and it's been a great afternoon so far. We had Sheldon Keefe join us earlier this afternoon. We had Lawrence Applebaum of Golf Canada, Rex Hoggard join us, Mike Johnson, Confirm or Deny, coming up this hour, and Angel Hernandez announcing his retirement, or at least it was reported upon, so everyone's excited about that, right? Everyone's excited that Angel Hernandez will no longer be bothering people around baseball, which is always good.
I can't wait to see his greatest hits.
It's just crazy to think of how mad he made people.
Everyone was so bothered. And the thing is about sports, people benefited from his buffoonery because the opposite side was like, hey, that's great. Hey, thanks, man. I guess that is a third strike, even though it's 2 feet outside. Like there should be people that love him, you would think. Like someone has benefited from Angel Hernandez to the point where they're like, I think we won that World Series because he screwed up that badly. You know what I mean? Like, why isn't there someone out there that loves this guy?
But would he be a guy that called World Series, or would they be like, okay, only regular season?
No, he actually sued Major League Baseball at one point, claiming, I think it was racism, that he wasn't umpiring World Series, and they're like, dude, you're Angel Hernandez.
Yeah, you're the worst.
Like, that's why you're not
If you put together all the clips, what are we talking here? A 45-minute roll-in?
I think it's extensive. Do you want to hear the Hawk Harrelson one?
I need to hear it. I need to hear it just for a laugh.
So this is the Chicago White Sox. Hawk Harrelson, he was a former player. He's a diehard fan. He's a homer. He loves the Sox.
Right.
And this was in the 10th inning, a turn double play. From our vantage point, it looks like Angel got this wrong. Needless to say, Hawk thought he got it wrong. This is how it played out.
Uh-oh. Can't get in. No! He was safe at
No!
Well, Angel Hernandez blew the call, and the infield being back should have cost him the game. It didn't. Right there, he's safe.
He is safe.
Right there, he's safe.
He is
does
safe.
not have the ball.
And another blown call by Hernandez.
So he's
been at it for years.
Yeah, that was years ago. I don't think Hawk Harrelson's been calling games for a long time.
The look on his face, though.
What are you going to do? I'll toss you. Come on out, have a chat. I'll toss you. Whenever you're ready, I'll just throw you out.
But it was like he would do those things, and he enjoyed the reaction of people losing their minds, and he was just panned for nothing to him.
Not my issue. I'm a professional.
There was one, I've said this before, there was one NHL referee, Paul Stewart. Did you ever have Stewie?
Lots. And
he was about the show. He had no bucket on out there, be skating around. Ray Ferraro almost had an aneurysm on the bench, like yelling at him, because Stewie, he would challenge guys. He would say, you're not that tough, because he was an old tough guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was
He
crazy.
would get into yelling matches.
Yeah.
I love Stewie. He was old school.
One time in Washington, he didn't call a penalty the whole game. No penalties. Darius Kasparaitis, Keith Jones was punching him in the face in front of – I was playing the game. Punching him in the face in front of me. He was yelling at him, get up, you're soft. And I was like, oh, my God, this ref is – and then he called – we're in Washington. He called the worst call against Washington, and we won in overtime on a power play.
So he finally decided, I'm going to take the whistle out now.
That's where it gets greasy, because it's like
call. Not one penalty in the regular season or in the regular game, and in overtime he makes a greasy call.
You can't
and then
do that,
skating
man.
off with the smile on his face, he's just – it was something else.
Well, that's the thing. No one wore helmets, obviously, back in the day, but refs didn't either.
No.
For a long time, they'd be bombing around, no helmet.
Kerry
Frazier's obviously the most famous because he had the hair.
Right.
And, he made sure that hair was dialed in. He did not go on the ice with one hair out of place. He would not accept it. All right, Best Bets brought to you by FanDuel later in the hour. You guys ready for Confirm or Deny?
Let's do it.
I can neither confirm or deny that this is in fact a segment.
Boston trades Andrew Raycroft to Toronto in exchange for the rights to Tuukka Rask.
It's been my honor and a privilege to serve as the general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs Hockey Club.
It's time for Confirm or Deny.
Do you regret giving all those gentlemen the no trades or no movement clauses?
I can neither confirm or deny that.
I can't confirm or deny.
All right, Confirm or Deny brought to you by Summit Ford and South Lake Ford Lincoln, where there is no such thing as a no trade clause. Any make, any model, any time. Visit summitford.com or southlakeford.com today. Confirm or Deny statements are made. We go around the table. We confirm them or we deny them. Very simple stuff.
Yeah.
Confirm or deny. Sheldon Keefe and Craig Berube will both last at least 3 full seasons with their new teams.
How could you possibly say that? The way coaches get fired in 2023-24? Are you kidding me? No coach lasts 3 years. You don't move and shake in 2 years, you're gone.
All right. So you're denying.
That's an insane thing to start
Sheldon
with.
I'm did 5 years here,
I'm
man.
confirming.
You're confirming.
Just based on how new they are on the job.
No, you're not confirming, Noodles, because if you were confirming, you would be thinking that it's just on the players and the players got to figure it out. It's never the coach's fault. It never happens. Do you guys know how many coaches have been fired in the last year?
It's crazy. Both these guys have been fired in the last year.
19 in the last calendar year.
19
but
coaches.
Not all fired. A few of them, bonuses step down. Jim Hiller slides in there. All of that type of stuff. 19 coaches. You make a good point, but I'm saying these guys are new coaches in new environments. Sheldon Keefe signed a 4-year deal. He's got a young team. I think he might have a longer leash based on that's a team with expectations that are just starting to come out. Young team. I think he'll have a longer leash there. He'll have 3 years. Mm-hmm. Berube here in Toronto, different situation based on what do you do with the core. Right? If the core isn't broken up, maybe you have one more kick at the can again, 9 years, and then you do it. I just think that both of their settings, I could see them being there for 3 years.
Well, and they could get through 3 years and then be let go, and it would still be a confirm, right? Like it's 3 full seasons.
I don't know. Where are you at then? Because he's adamant they're gone.
Well, listen, statistically, he's right.
Yeah, he's right.
He is right.
I just said you can't trust it. It's like these players, if they want to fall asleep for 4 months, a coach gets fired.
Yeah.
No, and regardless, those two
Jay Woodcroft
coaches you just mentioned are close to us in this market. Yeah, Jay Woodcroft turned things around at Edmonton. They start slow. They're garbage. See you later. It's your problem.
Yeah, that's actually I'm actually counter arguing my own point.
I'll deny it because of that. I mean, the math would indicate, in the way that the league operates right now, is it's not the players' fault.
No.
Coaches are disposable. Move on. I like both guys. I think both are good coaches. I think both have good setups.
And don't kid yourself. The other factor is GMs separate from it, too. It's like, hey, we put together a good team. You're a bad coach. Get lost.
Right. Not our problem. It's somebody else's problem. And, from that standpoint, I guess it's a morbid take, but I think I'll deny it as well.
Do
we think they're getting through 2? Would you be willing to guarantee they're getting through 2 each?
Both?
Yes.
No.
I would guarantee 2.
No.
I would guarantee 2.
Dude, this league's insane.
I know.
One slump and you get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they're not getting fired this year.
No.
We don't think.
Everyone gets a 1-pack.
Everyone generally gets one, but it could. I mean, if it gets really ugly, all bets are off.
Yes. Jay Woodcroft is a prime example.
Yes.
Came in after Dave Tippett, saved the day. The next year they stink. See you later, Jay.
Yeah. That's a valid one recently. I mean, Craig Berube won a cup, and then a few years later, they're like, sorry, we're out of here, man.
Yeah, I'm 2-pack, yes, I'll sign off.
You're giving a guarantee out.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'd confirm that, too. I think I'd confirm a
2-pack.
2-pack. 3 is
might be a bit rich.
A tricky number. Confirm or deny, Rory McIlroy winning this week would be the best outcome for the tournament. McIlroy winning, confirm or deny, compared to all the other Canadians, everyone else.
Wrong. Corey Connors, Pendrith in a playoff. That's the king daddy.
All Canadian playoff?
Well, what do you think? You want the needle mover? Are you going to?
I'm confirming it. I'll confirm it because you know what it does? He's coming back next year. I guarantee that. If he wins it, he will have an obligation to repeat and return. I think he loves coming up here. I think he will continue to come here in the future.
Let me clarify one thing. Rory McIlroy, with the way things are going in his own life and with golf and everything, he's just going to say, I'm doing what's best for Rory. I don't think he carries obligations anymore. He's going to say,
Maybe not.
Whatever's best for me. He would love to win here. He loves Canada. It'd be great for the tournament. But I don't think moving forward, any of these guys say, I have an obligation now.
Possibly not.
They're following the sun and they're following the bank.
It's an inkling. It's a move in that direction. It's an understanding that you love it here, that you win here, that you're supported here. The Canadians are coming back every single year. Nick Taylor will play here for the next 30 years, right? They're all coming. They're all playing. And I'm not downplaying how great it would be to see another Canadian.
I'd like to see Nick Taylor come back.
That's an interesting one.
Back-to-back.
A back-to-back by Nick Taylor, our boy. That is an interesting thought. But I think it's McIlroy. McIlroy is a different beast. If he wins your tournament, the buzz here over the weekend with McIlroy charging, there's nothing like it.
Or Adam Bads. Or is that his name?
Aaron Badley.
Aaron Bads.
Aaron Badley. We are a fan of him. We would like to see
Aaron Badley.
If he's in the lead on Friday, I'm coming over the top rope and I'll jump on that tee and yell while he swings.
5:30 on Friday, Aaron Badley is sitting there.
He better not be. He better not be, because I'll cause problems for him.
Well, let's find out his tee times. I mean, at some point he'll be coming through here. He's either early, late. He could be a late early guy. It could be tomorrow. We could be coming on the air at 4 o'clock tomorrow or on Thursday, and Aaron Badley's teeing off.
I think it would be awesome.
I think it'd be.
If we show up in this
symmetry.
booth on Thursday and he's tied for the lead, I don't know if I can handle it.
I want to see
and
it.
you
so
yell
badly.
to him again, and he turns his back on you. He actually now knows it's bothering you.
And he thinks it's helping him. He's superstitious. Yes. When I tell this pigeon you're a pigeon, basically, with my body language, it's helping me play and perform. I'm confirming it, though, McIlroy.
I'm denying it because I would like to see Nick Taylor win back-to-back.
Back-to-back by Taylor would be incredible.
I'm going to confirm it because McIlroy is just that guy. As much as I want to see the Canadian, I'm sorry. This guy is just – he is the true needle mover.
Yes, he is. He is a different beast. Confirm or deny, Stuart Skinner is terrifying Oilers fans right now.
Wow, that's confirmed.
Dude, that's...
All right, what else can we say?
Well,
terrifying Chris Knobloch right now. Is he terrifying everybody on earth?
Well,
confirm or deny,
No,
Stuart Skinner.
This is what it is. Confirm or deny, Stuart Skinner again gets it back on track to save the day for the Oilers. A second series in a row.
But listen,
I don't think he
hated
got
the
off
fourth goal
track
last night. That wasn't
it's
his
just
problem.
a bad goal.
And his team hung him out to dry last night.
Right.
That performance the first 10 minutes of the second period was outrageous.
So it shouldn't be this. The confirm or deny shouldn't be Stuart Skinner. It should have been the Oilers in the second period scared the hell out of the Oilers fans.
Fine.
Can the Oilers get their act together?
I will say it's confirmed because of the Canadian instinct. You can see it. I'm reading it today. Fans out there here we go. Ken Holland doesn't know what he's doing. Darnell Nurse stinks. They're freaking out.
Of course
Every
they are.
loss, they're freaking out.
But they, you know what? They are because – we were talking about, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, people in Edmonton could smell it. They're like, hey, we're
right
that close. But you're actually pretty far away because people in Dallas are going, we could smell it too. Dallas, they're 2 wins away from being in a cup final. Mm-hmm. They could smell it. And Edmonton, McDavid, you called it yesterday. I was chuckling. 5 minutes into the game, I'm like, this guy is going to have a 7-point game.
Legacy night.
And Dallas goes, not on our watch. So it'd be interesting to see, but people freak out regardless because it's like, okay, who's at fault? Who screwed us tonight? Well, Skinner with the bad goal. Nurse and Cece's a pairing that you can't get done. Ryan McLeod didn't block that shot the other night. When you win, it's like, hey, no problem. Everyone's great. Well, they should be freaking out because they had an opportunity last night and
they
Dallas
had that game, man. You're up 2-0 on home ice.
Did you see that stud muffin Jamie Benn start the second period? Just shot the puck right off the face-off into the zone.
Out of a cannon.
And went and just chased it down like a dog.
Yeah.
That's a captain.
Dallas is a good team.
What a stud. What a stud.
Dallas is a really good team. And I still think this –
I think it's going deep still.
I thought it was going deep. I was leaning 7 and might go 6. I'm thinking, but Edmonton, this series is tomorrow.
Really, they got to win tomorrow.
You know, it's a scary proposition tomorrow. And Ottinger, you're not scoring on me night tomorrow.
Well,
because that could happen. And if that happens, it's
curtains.
It's curtains. Yeah, you go down 3-1 back to Dallas, you're probably done.
Pack your trunks.
But they got to figure it out. So I don't know. I'm confirming.
That's a different one.
Yeah, I'm confirming whatever we just came up with.
We're all confirming that they're terrified out there. Confirm or deny, the trio of Schneider, Atkins, and Shapiro will all make it to the end of the season this year with the Jays.
How could you possibly? You coming up with some dude? Who writes these? These are just layups.
Well, what are you saying? Confirm or deny?
Deny. How could you possibly?
It's confirmed. Absolutely, it's confirmed. If they haven't done it by now, when are they going to do it?
Dude, if it gets real, you said
ugly,
yesterday there's a possibility that it gets worse than it is right now. They'll be calling for heads. The fan base, people stop showing up to games and stuff. You got a serious problem on your hands. And if you don't do something, fans will revolt.
Well, listen, the manager, they just brought him in 2 years ago. What do you? I guess you have Mattingly there. You can possibly move someone else in there. I don't know what that's going to do, though, because the roster isn't good enough. That's on Ross Atkins. GMs don't get fired during the season. And Shapiro's not going anywhere. They're not firing Mark Shapiro during the season. So it's Shapiro's call. Atkins is his boy. He's been here for a long time. He was with them in Cleveland. I don't think he's going to fire the GM during the season. And if they're not going to fire the GM, they're probably like, why would we fire Schneider?
Yeah.
I'm going to confirm it. I think all three are going to get through. I think it'll drive people crazy if they finish with like 68 wins. And at the end of the year, all bets are off.
Yes.
But during the season, that's a different story.
Dude, if they keep up this yo-yo act, you can't keep wheeling the skip out there every night saying, wow, that was a tough one.
What's the new guy going to do, though? This lineup isn't good enough. Like, they're not good enough. That's the problem. Like, I'm not saying John Schneider is, Joe Torre all of a sudden. He's not. I'm not suggesting
well, if
this
the
guy's going
lineup
to
was supposed to be good enough and it's not good enough, that falls on the GM.
Absolutely. And the president. Mark Shapiro's not, like, the presidents in this city have worked it out beautifully where they're all like, oh, we're not even involved. Between Shapiro, Shanahan, and Masai, it's like, oh, no, go talk to the other guy. Go talk to the GM. I'm just up here working on stuff with the owners. They're all involved. It all lands on their desk. They all should be taking just as much heat as everybody else, Shapiro included. Shapiro's a baseball guy. That's what he is. That's what he was in Cleveland.
Yeah, he's not a reno guy.
He's not an engineer.
Right.
Yes, he had a lot to do with the stadium renos. Clearly, that was a big undertaking.
Yeah.
He's a baseball guy. Masai's a basketball guy. Shanahan's a hockey guy.
Yes.
That's what they are. Like, that's what they do. They run the teams and what happens on the ice, the court, and the field.
They're here 100%. I through this season, they're here.
Yes.
But at the end of the season, depending on the results, all bets are off.
All bets are. It would be shocking if they all return. Confirm or deny, the Florida Panthers are an absolute lock to win tonight. Lock to win tonight.
Oh, man, the Rangers make that really tough, but I'm going to say confirm. Because I know the Florida Panthers have a belief in what they did the last game. That's good enough. And it's like you just don't let Shesterkin beat you. That's the one thing. You got to rely on Bob, and Bob's good enough.
Okay. Thank you. Good stuff. Come on now. We're live on the air.
You could have gave us a warning.
They just, I don't know. Is there bad weather
I was
coming in?
telling everyone to get off the course.
Yeah, that's basically scram.
Oh,
except
really?
for us and Doogie and the Catman.
Unfortunately, it means we have to end the show as well, which is very difficult.
We can't confirm that's the end of the road for us. Yeah. It's been an absolute pleasure. Great
But I'm
going to
confirm a Panthers win for sure.
Okay.
I'm concerned about the goalie. That's really, you
think Bob's and...
No.
You're saying Shesterkin makes it impossible to say it's a lock.
Exactly, because if Shesterkin just puts his hands up and goes, I gave up, 4 last game, and I was still great, I'm giving up 1 tonight.
Not a lot of goaltender performances where they give up 4. They talk about how good the goalie was, but he got his flowers.
Yeah.
He was.
That's why I'm denying it too, man. I think the Panthers will win tonight, but a lock... I don't think you can say that against the Rangers and Shesterkin.
Yeah,
New York's a good team.
They're a very good team. These 4, I don't see any locks right now with these final 4 teams. There's just no locks. But there's question marks where it's like, that guy can steal a game, that guy can do that, that power play can do. So that's why I'm denying it.
Confirm or deny, the inside the NBA crew, we're talking Charles and Ernie and Shaq and Kenny, the inside the NBA crew will remain intact and broadcasting regardless of where the NBA rights go in the future. Do we think they all survive?
No, I deny it. As good as it is, stupid things happen in television where it's like the right thing, where it just should be a slam dunk, where these guys are the best. I mean, you see it all the time. Ridiculous. I'm not even going to get into it, but I'm going to deny it.
Yeah.
I'm going to confirm it just based on the one thing that, is it Charles that has the
He's got a
media
production
company or production company? Like, I think he might say, we're keeping the band together, but we're going to do this.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. And they might be wise to have that because it has such a following.
Oh,
so
it's
it's
massively
like, hey,
popular.
we're going to put it out there to bidders, or we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So you might force some company to go, hey, we're coming as a package, and you're going to pay a boatload of money for us.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going to.
You're confirming it from that standpoint.
Yeah.
I think you're on to something. I will deny it because Ernie, I think, is the outlier. Ernie Johnson's been at
he's a TNT guy for 25 years.
35 years.
Yeah, he also does, basketball?
Yes,
or
he's done
NCAA baseball.
NCAA, and, he's not a young man. Like, I could see him just saying, hey, that's enough.
Well,
next year's the end of the road.
Here's
It's
a
been great
counterpoint,
run.
though, they might go, you just do basketball with our panel and everything else.
Right, retire
and you're
everywhere
make
else.
Twice as much money doing that. Like, they might actually be able to talk him into it and going, you don't need to do all of this other stuff. You just stick with us.
Yeah.
Shaq and Charles.
Kenny and Charles.
They might actually take care of him better for less work.
Yeah, I don't think – I think Ernie's done pretty well. I don't think Ernie's in a bad place.
Yes.
And, I get the impression he's loyal to that company. He's been he's been the sports guy there for 35 years.
Yeah.
It also, you're dealing with egos. You're dealing with different guys at different stages of their career. I don't know. And you're also dealing with other companies that like their people, right?
That's
it's
true.
not just as simple as, well, those guys are there, so we're just going to go get them.
Yeah.
And also, I've always wondered, how the NBA feels about it because, they have carte blanche to say or do whatever they want. Unlike basically any other panel I can think of, where they will say things that are wild.
Outrageous.
And it's
Chuck will say, I'm not watching this game.
Well,
we're
he'll
covering
admit
this
to that.
game. I'm not watching this game. I'm watching that one.
And the guy, you can't miss it. It's incredibly compelling. But that doesn't mean Adam Silver loves it all the time, or owners love it all the time, and that factors in as well. Is it pouring? It is pouring.
But it doesn't matter. It's about the viewer. The viewer loves it, man.
Yes,
with those
I agree
guys.
with you. Exactly. That's what it should be, is the content, because the content is spectacular.
Yeah.
If they want to continue to work in the NBA, they will. Barkley's going to work somewhere. Shaq will work somewhere. Kenny, if they want to. And next year, they're still around. Next year will be a celebration, right?
Yeah.
It'll be like a studio tour celebration. All right, Confirm the Night brought to you by Summit Ford and South Lake Ford Lincoln, where there is no such thing as a no-trade clause. Any make, any model, anytime. Visit summitford.com or southlakeford.com today. We're in Hamilton, and the reason the horn went off is it's a
monsoon right now.
Starting to rain, and I guess they're thinking – is it possible thunderstorms are coming through here? Oh, okay, that's great.
Thunderstorms.
We'll be the only guys out here at
Aren't
7.
we covered in metal? We're
we could be in a worse
here.
place. The Gap Man's just gonna he'll sneak right out of here. Yeah. It'll be the three of us.
There is someone on a walkie-talkie saying, get all the golfers off the course, the 7 losers out at OverDrive, they can stay.
Yeah, leave them. Aaron Badley's out there saying, make sure those guys stay.
Gatman's wearing rubber boots. He's grounded at least. He's wearing rubber boots. Everyone else he's grounded. So if all hell breaks loose,
he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's not getting fried. We are.
That's a good point. The carts are going to disappear. We're walking back to the
There's no way.
parking lot.
No way.
Doogie, you make sure
my last day here if there's no card ride.
Doogie, this may be like a you got to go out there and make sure you find one, man. This is a protest for you.
Go get
you
the
lay
key.
In front of it.
Get the key, Doogie.
Yes.
You understand that, right?
Doogie, we believe in you, man. If you have to lay down in front of that cart,
He's got the key.
I got the key.
He's got the key.
Doogie's got the key. We have a cart. Everything's going to be fine. Everyone just breathe. Everyone relax. Everything's going to be fine. All right, Best Bets brought to you by FanDuel later in the hour. OverDrive continues, TSN 1050 and on TSN 2. OverDrive continues live from the RBC Canadian Open, and coverage of the RBC Canadian Open on TSN 1050 is brought to you by Subaru. Embrace spring weather with the Subaru All-Weather Drive event. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. We've had a fun show so far. We're here all week, and we haven't mentioned the Memorial Cup, where London and Saginaw, they're undefeated. They're going to go at it. It's that fight last night. The fight cam was out there on the ice.
I loved the fight cam.
That was outstanding.
I thought it was unbelievable. I know that they probably aren't going to do it or whatever, or not make a habit of it, but it gives a unique perspective.
It offended some people, Jamie.
Okay, but fighting offends people. like there's.
Oh, I know everything.
There's a line in the sand where people like fighting in hockey or they don't like it. You're never going to change people's minds that way. But the fight cam, I thought was fantastic. And it was. You want to talk about that got play. Like that was in the States.
Oh yeah,
trending in the States.
Was that Julia Teixeira with the camera? Like, Julia's got her skates on.
No, I forget the guy's name, but he's at the World Juniors, and he's got the white gear on. Everything's white. Like, he's got the white.
He blends in.
Yes, he's in the background.
Apparently, it was Gretzky's idea. Like, get the guy with the camera, and then put him in all white. I don't know. But I see him every World Juniors, and he just wheeled out there and started recording that. I thought it was cool.
That was a really
awesome.
cool, vantage point, something you don't see, a camera on the ice.
But what the Hurt Feelings crowd is going to say is, if there's ever a fight and something scary happens, we don't want to see a close-up of it because that will really scare us.
But think about that, though. There's 12 cameras,
they're going to see it
You're going to see it. You're just going to have a different vantage point.
I'm just telling you what the Hurt Feelings crowd
that.
talks like and thinks like.
But can we what about on a penalty shot? Why can't you get someone out there, the penalty shot cam?
Because one time it's going to be the Usain Bolt where the guy on the four-wheeler tripped him and he
Tour de France,
blows the wheel, it's McDavid.
The Tour de France car.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Let me set this up for you. A guy's with the camera, a guy's going on a breakaway, and it's just Angel Hernandez, the ref, says no goal because the camera guy wiped out the player, so he just says no goal.
I think it would be just incredible content, and I want it so badly.
Like a team's trying to get in the last game of the season, it comes down to a shootout, and Julia with the camera wipes out McDavid, and the ref says no goal.
It would be wild.
It would be a wild
Because you know what would
scene.
happen? On some of these penalty shots, the guy goes really slow, and the camera just doesn't pick up on how slow they are. There's no depth perception. The Kuznetsov, and just runs right into them. Or blows a wheel, takes the Achilles out, and you're like, come on, you can't do that.
The Usain Bolt one is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, the guy's on a Segway.
That guy could have blown his knee out. That
could have ended his career.
Yes.
Like, those legs were insured. Like, maybe it was an inside job, and Bolt's like, hey, man, I want the 15 mil. Just take me out.
Oh, my God.
Because I would have to think his legs were insured more than any other body part of anyone else in the world.
I don't know if we could pull it up, but I want to see it again.
The Segway is the greatest play ever.
I've watched it a million times, Bolt getting run into by the Segway.
Yeah.
And his leg actually bends like a little bit
looks
weird.
ugly,
it looks awkward, and Bolt kind of gives him it's okay. Doesn't he check on him? Because that guy blew a tire and was down.
That guy was worried you'd never see him again. Like someone was going to tap on the shoulder and say,
you're
this way,
come
please.
underneath the stands and you never see him again.
Right.
Ever.
Because you have one job. It's get up close and personal with Usain Bolt, but there's one stipulation. Don't touch the guy.
Don't run into him.
You cannot touch him in any way or fashion, but get up close.
That's got to be...
The Segway guy for Usain Bolt's one of the great videos of all time.
But it's got to be a segment. You had one job.
Yeah.
And that's because in the Tour de France, the car was riding... They just got to be faster than him. They had one job, and they couldn't do it. The Usain Bolt Segway driver couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it, man.
So, Jamie, you're between the benches. Would the dude in the white gear, would he have gone out there on his own, or someone said, go take a peek
here it is.
at that?
Here it is. Look at the Segway. There's the Segway guy.
This guy, oh, my God. That's Usain Bolt's knee in his hands.
And he's got capris on, which is, that in and of itself is a poor decision. Guy's got a pair of capri pants. He's on a Segway
with a giant camera.
Bolt just won the race, and he almost ended his career. Like, that would not have been surprising if that ended his carear. Blew out both ACLs, MCLs, PCLs, Achilles.
Just ended him. People would have rioted.
Oh, that guy's he's Bartman.
Yeah,
that guy's Bartman. Like that guy.
Bartman times 100.
Times 100. That guy is outcast. He can never. I don't know what country that was in. Doogie, look that up. Look up where that guy was from, B, where the race took place, because that guy. That's the scenario. Like, when you blow a wheel like on ice or something on the on your driveway, and there's people watching you. Like, I got to get up.
Right.
Like, you could have a broken back, and you're like, I have to get up. I'm so embarrassed. That guy, that Segway could have run right over his head.
Yeah.
He could have broken both legs. That guy was getting back up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no way he was sitting there waiting for someone to help him.
I got one other for you. Do you remember the guy? I think his name was Mark Connolly or something. The Anthem singer in Vancouver.
In Vancouver with the suit on.
Dude, that was the first game of the year.
Yeah, you're right.
But no,
He had the three-piece suit. He had a black tie.
He had the mullet going.
Was
and
it
he
not-
was wheeling around the ice and thought he was so cool with his skates on.
But I don't know if was that in the NHL or
Yes.
in the
Yes.
AHL.
No, that was the National Hockey
NHL,
League.
first game of the year.
Because he hit the carpet and he didn't see the carpet.
I'm pretty sure that's a minor league one that they brought him out.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes,
I thought
because
that guy was a big guy.
He hits the carpet, and then he goes to get up while he's still singing, and he ends up biting it again.
Okay, so maybe
and then
it was.
goes around. And I remember the story where people were like, when they interviewed him, I feel like we had him on
I think we did interview
lunch,
him.
you
we
and
did.
I.
We interviewed him like a few days later, and we started with like, "What the hell were you thinking?"
And he's like, I didn't want to break stride. I just kept singing the song.
"Yeah,
that was one of my first shows with you guys talking to
what
that
an
guy.
interview that was."
Was his name Mark Connolly?
I don't remember the guy's name.
He got himself in some trouble. I think he was, they parted ways with him, put it that way.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, that was one of the funniest videos.
There it is. Look at this guy.
I'm telling you, this is in the
Look
minors,
how heroic
I
he
think.
is. Hey, how are you? Canada. Hey, how you doing?
Because you look
He just absolutely eats
So
it.
he keeps it together, though. He's still singing.
But
he's trying to get up. And then
The boys
goes
on the
around.
line, they can't handle it, though. Imagine trying to play a hockey game after that.
I swear, I think that was like a junior team
yeah, that
in
was
BC.
not the National Hockey League.
Yeah. But he did the whole loop around and ate it. Oh.
Like, why do you have to be in a suit, too? You know what I mean?
don't
Like,
know.
I get
He's
it. You
in a
got your skates on.
tuxedo.
You're trying to do something else. But why do you have to be in a tuxedo if you're skating around singing the anthem?
I do remember
That was his move. He had like a...
Well, he was a really big guy and had a huge weight loss. And then he decided he went on this...
Come on, dude. I didn't have lap band, you moron.
Just two peas in a pod.
Just a couple lap banders.
I just see the two of you together. Sorry, Noodles.
So,
continue.
no, I mean, I remember him telling us, he's like, I had some weight loss.
Yeah.
And I decided I wanted to get on the skates or whatever, and
Right.
I made it my thing. And then he just eats it.
He got caught up in the moment because, it's not easy to sing the anthem. Even if you've done it a million times, you still need the lyrics to be with you, right? And generally speaking, singers are standing still.
Yeah.
Sure, there are rock shows. You get Mick Jagger doing whatever he's going to do. But if you're singing the anthem, let alone in front of a crowd,
you need your breath to get your breath.
It doesn't look like, he looked like he can skate, but it wasn't like a strong suit of his. So he's probably thinking, man, I gotta stay upright here. Like if I blow a wheel, I'm toast.
Remember he said that he came out of the tunnel and it was dark. Like they had a spotlight.
Right.
And then he didn't realize as he crossed over through the middle, they were doing a ceremonial
puck drop.
That's what he hit it.
Yeah. That one, that's an all-timer. The segue, the Usain Bolt segue, that one, the Tour de France is brilliant because the guy's in the truck. It's like you just need to be going faster than a guy on a bike.
Cars. Yeah.
There's a guy on a bike.
They couldn't do it.
You just got to go faster than the guy on the bike.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here at the RBC Canadian Open. We are literally the only people on the course. There's nobody else here.
Doogie, get me a 4-iron and let me hit a couple onto the green.
I'd love to see you hit the green. What did you hit here? Because you hit the green. We didn't play from this deck, though, I think. No, we played from this deck.
We played from that deck about 10 feet up from where those markers
We probably
are.
played at 215. It's playing 230 where the blocks are
You
right
could
now.
do that right now and nobody would stop you, right?
I know, but we need to find a club.
I don't think they want you to be
Doogie,
doing
take
it.
the cart and go steal somebody's 4-iron and come back here.
Go see if you can find Rory McIlroy's 4-iron.
Okay.
You can't
See
do
if you can
that
find
because
McIlroy's
what if
4-iron.
they take the cart away from him and now we don't have a ride back to the car?
Oh, we're getting a ride back to the car.
Yeah, we'll get an Uber out here if we have to. We're on the rink hole.
Yeah.
We'll send you. We'll pin drop you.
Yeah, pin drop you.
We need. What was it? Who was the guy in Happy Gilmore with this punch buggy? We need him. out here.
Oh yeah, Joe Flaherty.
Joe Flaherty, who just passed away a little while ago.
Yeah, love Joe Flaherty.
Absolutely. All right, we'll come back with our best bets brought to you by FanDuel. We've got Rangers Panthers tonight. The NBA playoffs. I mean, Boston, Indiana had game 1, 3, and 4. It was over. Like we always talk about the statistics, 90% chance. When the Leafs were up 4-1, it was 99.9%.
Yeah.
Game 1, 3, and 4, they had a 90% chance of winning all 3 games in the fourth quarter. They lost all 3. Like they could easily be up 3-1 right now. Easily going back to Boston looking to close the series.
That
Instead,
just
they're
shows
done.
you that was a team that bluffed it. It's just
That's probably what it was.
Sooner or later, you get to a point, and I lived it. You get it to the finals against the Detroit Red Wings, and basically it was kind of a bluff. It's like they kick your ass, and it's like you shouldn't be there.
You just face a team that's just simply better than you.
Yeah,
and
you face a team where they're like, the joke is over for you. You've been bluffing it long enough, and you've bluffed it this far, and we're going to kick your ass, and you're going to go home.
Yeah. That's what Boston did.
Yeah.
And now they're waiting for Dallas, and I think Dallas will do the same thing to Minnesota. It's going to be Dallas. Like we talked about last week, it could be Stars, Mavs, like back to back to back in the final, just like it was Heat Panthers last year, which is wild.
What do you think about all the talk and all the flowers going Kyrie's way, saying that he's turned around his career and kind of...
I don't think he has from a playing he's been very good. What he's done is he's just stopped talking and promoting stuff.
That's it.
Like there's
I'm
no
almost
more,
like I watch it and I'm like, this guy's getting props for not being a complete loser.
Exactly. That's all he's done is quiet. It doesn't, he's entitled to whatever opinion he has.
Right.
Like everyone else in the world. Like he's free to think the way he wants to think, say what he wants to say. What he's doing is there's no more live streams. There's no more I'm leaving for events. Remember that when he missed games because he was like, I've got a family event I'm going to, and you're like, what are you talking about here, man? Like,
right.
He was a distraction, and now he's not.
He was
he's
a
just
breaker up of super teams as well.
Yes, but he's on his – listen, the guy's got rings, and he's a win away from going back, and he might get another one. And, like, as a number one, and that's not what he was necessarily in Brooklyn. He was in Boston, a number one. It doesn't work. If he's a number two, talk to LeBron, man. That guy can help you win. If he's a number two, he can help you win.
Yeah.
And Luka's obviously paying dividends off that. Best Bets brought to you by FanDuel, still to come. OverDrive continues. TSN 1050 and on TSN 2.